Welcome to the latest Motley Fool Scoreboard. I'm on in Chocolate. We've got longtime fools, Toby Bordelon and Dan Kaplinger, giving a 1 to 10 rating to a top 100 stock in the Hidden Gems primary database. It's CBRE Group, ticker symbol CBRE. We'll rate the strength of CBRE's business first, including factors like industry and competition. 10 is invincible, a 1 is hopeless. Dan's at an 8. Toby, you've also got an 8.
Yeah, I think this is the largest commercial real estate services company in the world. That kind of scale and dominance, it's got to count for something, right? So I go 8. They are in over 100 countries. They serve something like 90% of the Fortune 100. They offer services ranging from leasing, sales, facility management, investment management, a whole range of stuff, right? But as big as they are, though, right, they're still a real estate-focused firm, and thus they are not immune to the inevitable real estate down cycles. And that keeps me going from higher than an 8 here.
Yeah, I agreed with Toby with the 8. Well regarded in the real estate world. CBRE, definitely an industry leader. It's done a really good job, I think, of taking advantage of strategic opportunities to expand the scope of its business. Especially, you're getting more interest from investors in real estate, in alternatives to traditional stocks, and CBRE is in a really good position to try to open that up, to try to woo new investors into the space and do its best to boost its own revenue and profits from doing so.
For management, a 10 is Warren Buffett, a 1 is Homer Simpson. Dan's got a 9. Toby, you're right behind with an 8.
Yeah, the team looks good here. CEO Bob Sulentic has served as CEO since 2012, and he was CFO before that. He's been around for a while. Current CFO, Emma Giamartino, has been with the company since 2018 as well, so decent tenure for her with the business. She's got prior experience in M&A, finance, and insurance, too. This has been solid execution with this business on the part of this management team. And the credit for building it into what it is today obviously goes mostly to Mr. Sulentic. They've shown good financial discipline given the global scale and breadth of the business, I think.
Yeah, on it. The reason I gave a 9, Sulentic has a long tenure, as Toby pointed out. And I think being CFO during the financial crisis in the late 2000s gives him some perspective both on positive real estate markets and on highly negative real estate markets. That's the kind of experience that I think can really help you, especially as some investors start to worry about what's going to happen to the real estate market in future years. With a 40-year career, Sulentic's kind of seen it all. I think that's going to be really valuable for CBRE investors going forward.
Makes sense. For financials, a 10 is a fortress, a 1 is yikes. Both of you have 7s, Toby.
Yeah, the last quarter was great. Double-digit revenue growth, strong cash flow, debt's still reasonable. I think just over $4.3 billion. The problem is just the nature of the business. It's a low-margin business. It is subject to cyclical fluctuations in the real estate industry. That means you don't have a lot of room for error when the cycle turns. But the conservative approach we've seen from management means they haven't gotten in any serious trouble over the years. They do have that vast experience Dan was talking about to draw on. They've been able to ride out the down cycles pretty well and even thrive, I think, relative to their peers.
Yeah, I do think it's important to emphasize CBRE really has done a better job than some of its peers in navigating the ups and downs. Really to be successful in this area, you have to be aware of the cycle, and you almost have to pre-plan for the cycle. So, yeah, you want to take advantage of good times while they're there, but you also want to position yourself so that you can take advantage of strategic opportunities when your competitors are struggling. If their failures can become your future successes, I think CBRE's demonstrated a good track record of turning that into reality.
Dan, let's talk valuation. How well will CBRE's stock do over the next 5 years? How safe is it? 10's a sure thing, 1's a lottery ticket.
Yeah, I gave it a 5 to 10% rating. I think that gives it the chance to slightly outperform the stock market at the upper end of that range. Safety score of 8. I think CBRE does benefit potentially from possible erosion in confidence of companies that are more involved with intangible assets. There's a lot of attention being paid to real assets right now, whether it's precious metals or real estate, things that can provide sort of an inflation hedge. Those things are getting more attention from investors. And I think that gives CBRE more angles to play as it looks to expand its business and keep its share price moving higher.
Yeah, 5 to 10% for me as well on the returns. This is more of a steady as she goes business than a high growth opportunity here. Safety score, I'm a little bit lower at 7. There's always risk in real estate. The company's probably always going to have a decent amount of debt. There's nothing wrong with that. They manage it well. But the problem I have is that I worry that someday someone won't, right? The downside of having a CEO who's been around for 40 years or so in the industry is that he's closer to the end of his career than the beginning. There is some succession risk here. This is the business I think actually requires good management to do well, to deal with the complexities where they are right now, and to keep all the pieces running smoothly. And there's no guarantee that the next person is going to be as good. So that's what keeps me from going higher than a 7 right now.
Yeah, agreeing. There's real estate right now, a lot of opportunities, a lot of risk, and the best managers will kind of earn their keep there. Thank you to both Toby and to Dan. They've given CBRE Group a strong overall score of 7.2 out of 10 with no toppers. Look out for a new scoreboard every market day at 7 p.m. Eastern. Next up is S&P Global. Till then, Fool on.